What is up, YouTube? Today we are doing part 7 of the homemade lathe. Now in part 6 we got the compound slide done. It works. There's still a little bit of play in there. I still have to make that little brass washer a little bit smaller, but we'll worry about that later. Next thing to do is build the tool rest, or the tool holder, whatever you want to call it. I've already cut these out. This is all 1/2 inch steel. This is no idea how thick that is, but I've been cutting these out, and I also cut these out, and I need to finish all this stuff tonight, so when I go to class tomorrow I can TIG weld all this stuff together. So basically this is what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to take this, and these are 3.5 inch by 3.5 inch square pieces of plate. Going to take this, bolt it in 4 spots onto here, countersink the screws so it's all flat. Then I'm going to take this bolt, which is I believe 7/8, going to weld it right there onto here, perfectly in the center, perfectly straight. And then I'm going to take these 3 plates and drill a 7/8 inch hole in these two, and a 1.5 inch hole in this one. The reason I'm doing a 1.5 inch hole is so when I weld this on right here, I'll be able to slide this down in there and it'll be able to sit flush with the bottom of that. Then I will take the thinner piece of steel. I'm going to weld these two together. I've already did a little bit of a bevel on there so I can TIG weld a nice flat weld, hopefully. Going to drill a 7/8 inch hole in that one, and then slide these both down so this can sit flush with that. Then going to take these 4 1 inch by 1 1/8 inch pieces of steel. There's 4 of them. I'm going to put one there, one there, one there, one there. And then that's going to be my riser, so therefore I can weld this on the top of that. There's going to be a 1 inch gap, so I can take these 1.5 inch lathe bits that I bought off Amazon, put them in there, and bolt it all down just like a normal lathe tool holder, whatever. I also have these 1.5 inch bolts that will work perfectly. This is 1/2 inch steel. There's going to be a 1 inch gap, so 1.5 inch bolts will work perfectly for this. So like I said, I need to finish and tack all this stuff together tonight, so tomorrow I can bring it to school and TIG weld it all together before the weekend. So yeah, let's get to work. Alright, so basically what I gotta do first is find the exact center of these 3 plates, and then drill a 7/8 inch hole in the middle. Alright, so I was able to bring this part to my class and mostly TIG welded it. I also took my camera there and was able to record me doing it. So yeah, as you saw, TIG welded all this stuff. And then once I put this thing on, it was almost impossible to get the TIG welder, the TIG torch in there to weld that. So I tried to do it, and I had to stick the tungsten out like half an inch to be able to fit it in there so I can weld on both sides. I tried to do it, I couldn't do it, and it got really bad porosity, so I had to grind it out and stick weld the rest of this in here. So yeah, this thing's awesome. Here's pretty good welds right there, but where I had the tacks, it looks a little sloppy. So but yeah, this thing's done. It works now. Before I drill the 12 holes and tap them, I think I should do first tap or drill and tap the holes for this piece to mount this piece onto here before I weld that onto there. So let's do that next. Alright, so now that we finally got this part on the top side of the compound slide, and this part perfectly fits on it, it's able to rotate. Once I get everything done, I'm going to take this bolt. I need to make a pretty thick sized washer. I'll do that on the lathe once it's done, and I'll be able to tighten this down. I'll weld a piece of steel on the side of it so I can hand tighten it just like a normal lathe. So, but before I do all that, first we need to drill and tap the 12 holes for these bolts, so therefore I can tighten on the lathe bits in here. So yeah, let's start. Alright, got the tool holder on there. I found this this collar that perfectly fits over the bolt, and I was able to tighten this down. And I've been tinkering around with different shims to put underneath the tool to shim it up to what it needs to be. I'm trying to get it to where it's perfectly in the center so I can do a demonstration in this video, but unfortunately something happened and it's binding up on this part right here. This is really hard to turn, and I really don't want to force anything and make anything worse. So unfortunately I can't do a demonstration video in this video. I'm gonna have to wait until I take this whole thing apart, figure out what's wrong, fix it, and put it back together. Then I'll record me actually turning something on here, and I'm not gonna wait till Sunday to upload it. I'm probably gonna upload it as soon as possible. So hopefully within 2 or 3 or 4 days I will have that up and have a video for you guys of showing you guys what this thing can do. But right now I really don't want to force it and make anything worse. So yeah, thank you for watching, subscribe, and have a nice day.